You know, we've reported on so many stories throughout the years about people who have been asked to take down the American flag from their homes or businesses. So this next story is a good one.
And that's because in one town, there are American flags flying high on every single flagpole. Larry Prue is the mayor of Elderton, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the show, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Gotta love your patriotic spirit. Do you always dress in red, white, and blue?
No, not always.
Just when you're going to be on TV talking about your flag project. Larry, how'd this start?
Well, we always did fly flags on all the homes and that, and we have 12 flagpoles in the community. Me and my wife decided that we wanted to take it a little further, and we wanted to line the streets.
Okay.
So we lined the streets, started with about 20, and the neighbors started to see what we were doing, and they wanted to chip in, and they started donating money. The American Legion also donated money, and we ended up with 51 so far.
That's great.
I know you have a very close-knit community there. Only 400 people live there. You have lost 7 soldiers since Desert Storm, so that was one of the inspirational things. But, Mr. Mayor, let me ask you this. There seems to be some sort of an assault on the American flag happening throughout our country, where other towns we report on, they've been forced to take down their flags. Did you face any backlash in your town?
No. It was received very nicely. It's one of the rights and privileges and freedoms that a lot of people fought and died for.
Sure.
The freedom of speech, the freedom of choice. And for people to tell people not to fly their flag or display their flag is, I think, disrespect for what them people fought and died for.
Sure. You know what, Mayor? After 9/11, I saw a lot of houses, not only throughout the New York City area, but across the country in my travels, where people put up the flags right afterwards. But, you know, we've gone 9, coming up on 10 years since 9/11, and a lot of people have taken the flags down, or they've worn out and they haven't replaced them. What's your message to people who had a flag once upon a time and might be thinking about another one?
Well, I think it's when you show the American flag, you're showing respect. You're showing respect for those who fought and died for this country.
Sure.
I think you're showing respect for the veterans past and present. And I think you're showing respect for the servicemen and women that are fighting for your rights around the world today as we speak.
Well said.
No kidding, Mr. Mayor, and it just steams me every time I hear an American say that we shouldn't fly the American flag. Seems a little incongruous. Also want to mention that your son is serving in Iraq, or he did, and he's now in the reserves in Tennessee working on flood damage. So we thank your family for their service as well.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Mayor Larry Prue of Elderton, Pennsylvania. We thank you, sir, for joining us live. Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet.
Well, there's